There's an interesting Korean skincare line that's been taking over drugstores here in the United States. They claim to have superior formulas derived from fruits, but they're also extraordinarily inexpensive. Some products starting as low as $1.99. How are they able to make this work? What is going on with the actual founders of this line? And is it worth a try? Today, we are going to dig into what nobody else will tell you about Frudia skincare, especially this Korean sunscreen. This is interesting. This is interesting. This is also in a pretty blue bottle, which, by the way, if that like button isn't blue, make them match. Look at that, how satisfying. That's like the exact like button color. I've been in the industry for over 10 years and I've seen a lot, both in the influencer world as well as in the professional and corporate side of skincare, cosmetics, and manufacturing. All in all, I was an acne sufferer and a skincare consumer first. I believe that people should have access to brands and companies that match their morals and values, that also provide ingredients and formulations that work for their skin. That's why I create these videos, to dig into the ingredients lists and the morals and values behind these companies to help you get empowered by your consumer cosmetic choices. Uy, 시작하자. Is that how you say let's begin? Somebody teach me Korean! See, what's interesting about this company is that it's hard to find out who actually owns this. They claim to be in Korea, but they're sold out here in CVS. How did they even get into CVS in the first place? I took the time to do some research and some digging to actually find out who the founder is, what's really going on with this line, and where you can buy it. We're working with Stylevanna on this video, and they put me in contact with the brand so that I could ask some of those elusive questions that nobody else seems to share. So first off, what is Frudia and what does that mean? The name was not Frudia originally. It was originally named Kawayanara, which means Fruitland in Korea. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that right. But around 4 years ago, they changed the name to Frudia. Fru standing for fruit and dia meaning of or from Greek. So basically of the fruit or from the fruit. And the reasoning behind that is interesting. You see, when it comes to cosmetic chemistry, most formulations start off with water. Water is the universal solvent and it's in just about everything. But that also means that you're paying a lot for products that have a lot of water in them, especially when it comes to mists or toners. Frudia is flipping that on its head because the first ingredient isn't water. They actually have a system to extract the nutrients and the beneficial pieces of fruit and put those in as a first ingredient. So their formulas are anywhere from 60 to 95% fruit. So with these key fruits in mind, the brand actually created multi-sublines based off of each fruit, and these all are meant to target a different thing or a different concern within skin. And these are the mini sizes, but can we just talk about how cute these are? They've got blueberry for hydrating, green apple for pore control, citrus for brightening, avocado for relief and skin soothing, which is what I actually first started out trying, and pomegranate for nutri-moisturizing, which, although I hate the color pink, this is actually the formula that I'm most interested in because of what pomegranate can do for skin. This line almost reminds me of like the cartoons of skincare. You know how you have like a regular movie that was maybe turned into a cartoon or an illustration? That's how I feel about these. I don't know, for some reason these bottles remind me of like little honey pots or even of like popsicles. Maybe that's just because it's summer, but overall it seems like a very fun line and it's very cute. The word I would use to describe it is kawaii or kawaii desu. That is a Japanese word, not a Korean word, but it's basically this cuteness or this state of being cute. And I just think that it's adorable. Online, the company has stated that their slogan is creating happiness through beauty. And their key philosophy is being derived from fruit. You see, the founder's story is quite interesting, but they won't tell you what his frickin' name is. So I went and I figured it out. Essentially, this team has been studying fruits and skincare for over 30 years, but it wasn't until recently that they were able to perfect those formulas, put them into bottles, and ship them out to people. They tell this beautiful story of a man who went to France and he saw all of these jams and jellies being made there. He also noticed that the hands of the people who had their hands in these jams all day looked really, really smooth. And he thought to himself, what is it that are in these plants or in these berries that are making these hands look so smooth, and can we do that for the rest of skin? When they went to the drawing boards to actually create these products, they didn't just create a plant extract and suspend it in water like most American companies here do. They said, we're going to formulate with 80% of the fruit extract, or 60% or 90%. And we're actually going to extract these from the fruits in a process that maintains its integrity, its vitamins, and its antioxidants. Gonna put them directly into these products and provide them to people. The thing is that you cannot find the founder's name anywhere. And that's why I'm happy that I know Stylovana, because they sell Fruita, and I was able to email them up and say, Annyeong, I've got some questions, can you help me out? And they helped me dig down who the founder actually is. His name is Young Don Kim, and here is what nobody else will tell you. Yes, Fruita is this amazing line that claims to be eco-friendly. It appears they haven't had any major scandals with racism or with homophobia, which is appreciated, and like that shouldn't be a criteria for having a skincare line, but like now that it's 2020, I guess it is. However, this line is not some Korean guy in a kitchen in France. This is actually owned by a parent company. The parent company's name is Welkos. They're very well known and very powerful in Korea, and they actually have other brands as well. The goal of Welkos, as stated on their website, is to spread Korean beauty throughout the world, which is probably how this stuff ended up in CVS in shelves in California next to me. I've also noticed that any CVS that does seem to carry these is sold out of them. I guess even during a pandemic, people are wearing their masks, going to the grocery store and buying all of the K-beauty products. But it's very interesting because normally it's quite difficult to get products from Korea to the United States. That's also why I do love retailers like Stylovana, because they are a way to get things such as this sunscreen, which you cannot get because this has some organic Korean sunscreens that are not approved by the US FDA. But because Stylovana sells these, I'm able to get my hands on some of these, which is very, very exciting. You see, the other thing that they claim makes them different is not only this high amount of fruit extract, but also that they're eco-friendly. Now, I kind of question this because this is not glass, this is plastic packaging, and I kind of wonder, you know, if this is chock full of pomegranate, which has natural antioxidants and vitamin C, would this be degraded in sunlight? And because it is a plastic bottle, it is hard plastic, but is this actually keeping UV radiation out if you leave this in the sun? Don't leave this in the sun. But when you do read the back, it does have this Korean symbol for recycling. And unfortunately, I don't speak Korean, so I don't know what is actually in this plastic, which plastic this is, if it's recyclable. Somebody teach me Korean so that we can get to the bottom of this. Thank you. 감사합니다. When it comes to the price range, this is also what's interesting. Some of these products are as inexpensive as $1.99. You see, what's very interesting about Korean beauty and Korean culture when it comes to skincare is that they sell things like these sheet masks at gas stations. So while you're filling up for your car and for your stomach, you can buy one of these and just slap it on. I love that. That sounds like how I would design a utopia. When it comes to their other products, the higher price points are around $20. And again, I find this shocking based on the ingredients that are in here, the extraction method that they use, and also the weight. Like, you're getting a lot of toner in both of these. When I was also digging into the brand and trying to recruit Stylovana to help me dig up and uncover some of this stuff, I wanted to find out who they're actually marketing this to. Is it to older women? Is it to teenagers? Is it college skin? Like, talk to me. According to Women's Wear Daily, they say that the ideal Fruita customer is between the ages of 18 and 35 and desires high-performing formulas and innovative ingredients. However, when I had Stylovana reach out to the brand directly, they said that they're developed for a wide range of people, and it depends on what products they're looking at. They also said that they do see that they have a lot of customers who are part of Generation Z. I also found a list of different Korean celebrities that seem to use this. I don't think they're K-pop, they seem to be more TV shows, but unfortunately, I don't have enough time to watch Korean films or drama, so I don't know who any of these people are. If you guys know who Si-young Lee, Lady Jane, Jun Sung, or any of these other people are, please tell me, because they look wonderful. It looks like whoever this is thoroughly enjoying their sheet mask, but because I can't read or understand Korean, I don't know if it's this one or a different one. Truly, the way I see this line is for someone who's just starting out in K-beauty. They want something affordable and accessible, and because these are at drugstore prices, they're easy to buy from Stylovana. They're easy to get and incorporate into your routine, and there's not a lot in the ingredients lists that would contradict with other actives that you might be using, which is really great because with cosmetic consumer confusion, these seem like they would be simple to add in. This feels like if you're a drugstore skincare shopper and you're looking for an upgrade, here's where to start. Or if you're a skincare expert and skincare fanatic who doesn't want to waste their money any more than they have to. Hi! Hello! Annyeong! 3 that I'm most interested in are from this pomegranate line. And again, they don't have actives like niacinamide or acids. They're not going to peel. They seem to be very gentle to the skin, and because the base of them is pomegranate, they have these benefits that the fruit already contains. Pomegranate and pomegranate extracts have natural antioxidants, they have high amounts of vitamin C, and they can help soothe the skin and even help the skin renew. There also seem to be some studies pointing to UV defense. Essentially, the sun that we see every single day damages our skin, and these antioxidants might be able to help fight against that. There's a dermatologist named Marie Hayek who's not only a dermatologist but also a cosmetic formulator who had some very interesting things to share about pomegranate. Specifically, pomegranate has a gallic acid and anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are very interesting because of the way that they are chemically structured. They can bind to multiple different molecules, such as sugars or methyl groups, and this has an impact on both how they look and how they help out your skin. This also explains why pomegranate might be so helpful to the skin. Again, being nourishing, helping to scavenge those free radicals to help your skin repair damage that's from the sun, from pollution, or from anything else, as well as providing wound healing and skin cell turnover. This dermatologist also says that pomegranate oil has a very, very small molecule, meaning it can get into and between the skin cells more readily. It also has omega-5, which is a very helpful fatty acid for the skin. This toner specifically has 87% pomegranate, which again, if you bought any American toner, they would be mainly water, and you'd probably have alcohol or witch hazel or some of these astringents in there. This isn't a toner per se, it is more of an essence. So again, it's more like a fat water or a thick liquid that goes on after your cleansing and before your serum. This extra step can again help to soothe the skin, or it gives you another layer. And just the way you would apply a primer before your foundation to have that really smooth skin, applying multiple layers of skincare that have some of these textures to them can help to blur out pores and give you that glass skin look. And really all of this glass skin trend is this strategic layering of skincare products such as this one. There's also this pomegranate nutri-moisturizing cream in mist, which I have found very, very interesting. You can see that I've just started using it, and I've been spraying it here on my chest. I want to test out things in different areas of my body, and I try to test them out for 28 days to actually see if they're going to cause breakouts in me because, hello, I have very acne-prone skin. This has been fascinating because it's supposed to be kind of like a moisturizer, but in a mist form. And again, most mists aren't that great for the skin because the main ingredient is water. When you spray water onto the skin and let it dry, that evaporation can actually take moisture from the deeper layers of your skin and evaporate them out, causing transepidermal water loss. But because this is pomegranate, and because it has that vitamin C, because it has some of those polyphenols, and because it has some of these moisturizing ingredients in it as well, it sits on the skin and protects the skin. When we turn and learn some of those ingredients, we can see which ones are the moisturizing ones. This has 63% pomegranate fruit extract, but it also has glycerin, which is that humectant. So when spraying this onto the skin, yes, it comes out as a fine mist, as a spray, but it's literally like a spray moisturizer. You could use this under makeup, you could use this as a light moisturizer, and if you wanted to, you could even use this as a makeup setting spray. It's also got that caprylic triglyceride, which we have spoken about in depth a little bit earlier, what was it, 2 weeks ago? You can watch that right here. And it's got cyclopentasiloxane. This is related to silicones and dimethicone, which is why it's super, super smoothing onto the skin. There's also this pomegranate nutri-moisturizing serum. I got this mainly for the intent of understanding how it works and recommending it to friends and clients. I don't know if my acne-prone skin would like this one as much. It does seem to be a very light serum on the skin. It absorbs very well, and it seems to provide some hydration. My hopes for it is that it's also going to provide some of that vitamin C and have some of those polyphenols for helping with that UV damage as well as with wound healing. I also have some of these minis to test out. I didn't want to get the full-size ones since I'm using these mainly as trials to understand them and to recommend them to other people. But what I am most excited about and actually shocked by is this sunscreen. This is a moisturizing SPF 50 sunscreen, and this is an organic/chemical UV filter. Yes, Cassandra Bankson is actually trying a chemical sunscreen. You know that I don't hate chemical sunscreens, but I really do not like them, especially for my acne-prone skin and because of the irritation they can cause. But I continue to hear over and over how Korea is innovating with new chemical sunscreens that we don't have access to here in America. So it's true, you can't get this in America as a sunscreen, but that's why Stylovana has a website and you can get it from there and they can ship it to you. This is actually like the first time that I've purchased a chemical sunscreen in probably 2 to 3 years. So this is a big deal for me. And again, if you want to know why I avoid them or why there's a little bit of controversy around them, you can watch the multiple videos that we've done on chemical versus mineral sunscreens right here. What's interesting about this is that it's a moisturizing sunscreen, but it's really like a moisturizer plus sunscreen. And it actually has niacinamide, which is that B vitamin, vitamin B3. It's also got hyaluronic acid, so it acts as a humectant to the skin. And this has tocopherol acetate, which is vitamin E, which is great for wound healing and again, hydration. protection. And on top of that, it's got these chemical filters which claim no flashback, which is why, again, I'm a little skeptical and a little bit nervous. Like, this is new for me, but I'm very excited to try it. Again, everyone's talking about how Korean sunscreens and even some European sunscreens are just innovating the market. They're so much better for you. They're better for your skin. They have formulas that actually work. Again, the base of this formula is derived from fruit, so that's very different comparing them to the frickin' banana boats and whatever it is that you'll buy here at American drugstores. The main organic chemical filter in here appears to be methoxycinnamate. Again, I'm not super familiar with that, but it looks like it's very similar to octinoxate, which we do have here. But here's the interesting one. They have an organic chemical UV filter in here that is not available in the United States. It seems to be this cutting edge technology. And this one happens to be diethylamino hydroxyl benzyl hexyl benzoate. Again, that's a mouthful, but it's not available here in the United States, but it is very photostable. You see, the thing, especially about American sunscreens like avobenzone, is that they degrade quickly, they are not reef safe, and they're not a fun time to use. Again, octinoxate and homosalate, sometimes they can burn the skin, which I don't like, and especially having acne-prone skin and working in medical aesthetics, we see some of the worst cases, and that's why medical professionals such as dermatologists like to err on the side of caution. Seeing as this one has these chemical filters from Korea that aren't available here yet, I am excited to try these out and to see what happens with my skin. I think it is important to note that Frudia does use different plant extracts and different fragrances inside of their products. I don't think they need to. I understand from a consumer perspective why they do that. If you're fragrance sensitive, then obviously this isn't the line for you, but do remember that fragrances are not the devil. Sometimes they're used as penetration enhancers, sometimes they have alternate purposes. We've done videos on that here, but in case that's of concern to you, I want to make sure that you're aware of it. The way that I actually found out about Frudia was, again, through Stylovana. I did a K-Beauty glass skin routine, and that's when I tried this, the Avocado Relief Essence Toner. Now, when I tried this, I was so excited by the ingredients list and by the avocado in here that I decided to switch out my loved, coveted, and dearly precious Ordinary toner. I'm shocked that I switched it out, but I did switch it out for this, and I have been enjoying this so much that that's why I decided to try this pomegranate one, which I'm looking at next. Again, this is actually something quite interesting. I'm wondering if I can add the Ordinary one back in and use both of these at the same time, because the Ordinary is more of a treatment toner and this is more of a thicker essence. It's definitely not a toner. It's kind of like an extra layer on that skin, but I can't believe it took me this long to come around to trying essences. And if you have not tried an essence, oh my god, please treat your skin to one of these, or at least just try an essence like in a formula. It really is like a fat water, as Rihanna called it, and if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend. Is it necessary for your routine? Absolutely not. You should definitely be looking at something like a sunscreen and a good moisturizer and a good cleanser before an essence, but I have really been enjoying my diving into these. So overall, does Frudia get the Cass pass? They are cruelty-free, they are vegan, they don't seem to have any major controversies, they do have fragrance in them, but overall the answer is a resounding yes. This seems like an extraordinarily innovative line. The products are fun to use, they are at a price point that I do not mind. I would like to know a little bit more about the recycling, so if someone could help teach me Korean, I would be very grateful. But I'm also very grateful to Stylovana for, again, working with us on this video and for making these products available, because they're sold out here in CVS, and even if you march down to CVS, you can't get some of these new cutting-edge sunscreens like this one. Again, I'm a little bit nervous to try this out, but I am overall very excited. And in the past, when I tested these other skincare products from Stylovana, they gave everyone a discount code, and I do want to make sure that that is available to you. So if you want a discount, if you want 15% off on this or other brands, you can get that. Please remember that I do not get kickbacks from that. That means that I do not earn any money if you use that code or shop through that link. It also does not raise the price for you. It is simply a discount code that gets you a discount if you want it. And if you do get something, first off, please tag me on Instagram so that we can talk about how these things are working for our skin overall. And also make sure that you are turning and learning those ingredients so that you can be empowered by the science of your skincare. Go ahead and turn that like button as blue as this sunscreen, and always remember to be beautiful both inside and out. I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Annyeong. Bye.